Welcome to GayBarchives, the show where we talk about the gay bars from your past. I'm Art Smith, and on this segment of GayBarchives, I'll be interviewing Joe Marcella of Club Marchella in Buffalo, with over 25 years serving the local gay community. So let's start off with Marcella, since that was the first uh, of the adventures. Was that your first gay bar, Marcella's?
In Rochester, yes, in Rochester, New York, was my very first gay bar.
Okay. And when did that open?
Oh my God. I don't even know. 95 maybe?
Okay.
Or
And
maybe
then how
93? I think it was 93. It
how
was a
long
weird
after
time
that
at
did
that time, huh?
how long after that did Buffalo open?
I was there about a year and a half later, maybe two.
Okay. So the Marcella's brand was the first gay bar brand that you had.
Yes.
And what was it like, 30 years ago, opening a gay bar of that magnitude in a smaller city? It's not as big as New York, LA, Chicago. Was there any backlash? Was there any resistance?
In Buffalo, I did. In Rochester, I was like the mayor of Rochester. Everybody knew who Joe Marcella was because in the gay community and straight community, I was one of the very first drag queens that really put put the character in the straight community.
Okay.
It's not like I got bored with the. I just wanted to do something different, so I stopped booking myself to straight clubs and straight bars. I actually did a show at um, oh my God, Mercy High School in Rochester, New York, at a Catholic all girl high school, and I performed there. Um, so that sort of broke the mold for me. It went over so well that I got asked for other places to do other. I started doing a lot of benefits, like for Camp Good Days and Special Times, for cancer, for AIDS, for all these sort of things, and they were, I never charged for anything, so I was asked to always be a part of them, and so I did. I volunteered my services, and it was
Excellent.
scary. Let me tell you this: when you get off your, I remember I was like, can I say shitting bricks? The first time that I
Yeah.
performed for straight people, and there were like, when I tell you, the whole auditorium was straight, and here I am. They introduced me as Marcella, and people didn't know what to do. It was a little silent, and then once I finished my performances, I got the standing ovation, blah 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 blah, and I was like, whew. And there it goes. That was my very first time. Was at Mercy High School, at a Catholic high school. There
And
was,
that was in Rochester?
yes, and I loved that the nuns were, there were round windows in the other side
Uh-huh.
of the auditorium. The nuns were, I saw their faces just peeking while I was performing, and that sort of stuck with me forever. Yeah.
Yeah, you were saying that a lot of times those performances were for fundraising for cancer, different diseases, or different causes. And you carried that through into the bar concept as well, right? Both the Marcella's bars are highly supportive of charity causes.
We do a lot of charity causes. We also work with the Imperial Court of Buffalo, and use the place to do a lot of fundraisers also. My performers, they have to do, whoever is Miss Club Marchella has to give me one night of, um, they have to do a charity fundraiser of their choice. So, and then we donate that money. I remember about 23 years ago, they did the first AIDS garden, and I was approached to donate a bench made out of granite, and it is still there. It's been there for like 23 years at a park in Buffalo, and there was like
So,
10. And that time there was about 10,000. I remember that much. So,
so Marcella will live on in eternity there.
well, I don't know. Nobody eternity define eternity. Your body will disappear, your spirit will move on. And
But the granite will still be there.
I believe, and I always believe that I believe in reincarnation. So I believe that for you to evolve your soul, you have to change. You have to leave something better than yourself behind. So I go through that mode that it's not always about me, it's about everyone else. I'm last. I'm always about everything that is in front of me. I never consider it to be like, oh, no, no, no. I shy away from that. I walk away from that. So I do
So
believe.
for people who have never been to Buffalo,
Mhm.
if you were to meet them at a cocktail party and had a few minutes to tell them, something that would really kind of encapsulate the energy, the vibe of Marcella's, how would you describe it?
Well, I believe, listen, I don't believe in caged animals, and I don't believe in people being caged. Yes, I believe in rules that we all have to follow. But I think when you, after a lot, I tell myself this. This is what when I hire people, says, listen, it costs money to get a buzz, parking, entrance fee, your first cocktail, the outfit you're going to wear, um, and on and on and on and on. Dinner before you go out to dinner. It costs money. So you want people to have a good time when they come to your place. So you want to show them that, look, this is your playground. Enjoy, have fun with it, but respect the house. As long as everyone respects the house, I'm okay. And they don't break the rules.
Right. So how big is Marcella's? Do you know the square footage or how many people it holds?
Oh my God. I at one point I put down in about 800 people. It was a special event, and but it's about 5,500 square feet.
So
It's
it's a
got
good sized bar.
it has two rooms and two patios. One is and the patios one has a dance floor, and the other one is just a smoking area. Excuse me. So this the best way to describe Marcella is I always tell people, yes, it's a gay club. Yes, gay kids now go to straight bars. They don't need the gay clubs anymore. Unfortunately, I've noticed this in Miami and here, and friends of mine, they own clubs in New York City and Washington and Atlanta, that the gay kids now don't have to go to gay clubs anymore. They don't understand. They've grown up so freely that now when you say a gay club, what do you want to go to a gay club? I want to go with my straight girlfriends. I want to go over there and party, and people are very accepting now. So you have to change with the time. Yes, are we a gay club? Yes. Do straight people are welcome? Absolutely. Sometimes it's 30% straight people in there, sometimes it's 40. Who knows? Sometimes there's none. It's but Marcella's shows are known all over the United States, and straight people come and look at the shows. They love the
We
drag
have
shows.
we
And I
have one of your
and I do have the best drag queens in the world trained by me. Thank you very much.
well, it takes one to know one, right? You had
Yes.
the experience. Most bar owners don't.
That's one of the things I know what I'm looking for drag. And there's two sort of a drag in the world, and I think all drag is important, but I look toward a sexy, realistic, um, the movie star material that you go on stage and you go, wow, that bitch got it on. That bitch has got it going on. Outfit, performance, hair, makeup, attitude. Just it has to be a whole package. And I have pissed off a lot of people when I don't see it. I tell them I don't see it, but there's other bars, and you could go there. I'd love for you to come back and party with us. And they all you go from friendship to enemies real quick.
well,
But they
I'm
don't
going to put
understand
you.
this is my business. This is my singer. This is my legacy. This is what I worked hard for. I know what works. You understand? I know what works for me. I shouldn't say what works for anybody else. But for me, that's what works. And some people have in the past have gotten a lot of feelings hurt. But
Well,
we're the only I think Marcella's had RuPaul Drag Race queens have gone there, many of them. Um, Continental USA, we've had, I think, 2 or 3. I mean, that's a lot of hard work. That's you have to be on to get those titles. You know what I mean? So it's a good compliment to me, and I look at it that way. But then I move on for other things. I'm happy for the girls. I'm really happy for the girls. I love them all. They're like my family. I treat them all like my family. So don't touch my girls if you don't want me to lose my top. I'm nice, I'm kind, I'm cool, but don't touch my girls.
So
So,
now I'm going to put you on the spot
mhm.
because down here, we're in Tampa. And
Yes.
down here in Tampa, we have one of your Buffalo drag queens. We've seen her perform many times,
Asia?
and she just recently moved right back into the Tampa Bay area. Anita Waistline. What do you have to say about Anita?
I need, oh God, we've had our ups and downs, but I love her. I mean, I welcomed her, and she's always welcome in my place. You know, she's a great person. She's great. She's great at what she does. She also performed at the club for many years for me, and then she moved to Florida.
Right. And
You
then
know,
she won this National Comedy Queen,
yep.
which is a little bit different type of drag than just really.
But you know what? Everything is important. You need the fat girl. You need the clown. You need the sexy. You need, um, all kinds. You don't want to see 10 of the same girls looking the same. You want to put a show together, but the show better be entertaining. You understand? Just this they just throw makeup on and they think they're drag queens. Yeah, please.
Exactly.
You understand? I have a certain things that I look for drag, and that's my thing. I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings. That's what I do. That's it. It's not ego. It's not, if you have a brand, you want to protect that brand and you want that
Exactly.
brand to, could you imagine all the straight people that come and see the shows? And the reason we get straight people to come, because first of all, we make them feel comfortable. They love what they see on stage and they tell their friends. We get stag parties, we get birthday parties, we get, you name it, they come there. We've had celebrities, we have non-celebrities, we have sports people, non-sport. We had it all. Everybody comes there. So, and I think that's a good compliment. I mean, it really is a compliment when you see that, you know.
And it's consistent. They always know what to expect.
Yes, that's the right thing, because you don't want to go to a place and then the next day it's something totally different, because people get confused very easy, you know.
Dude.
And people don't come out like they used to. With Grinder, you don't have to go out anymore. I've seen a lot of this new generation now don't even go to bars.
Right.
They hook up online, they come to your house, you know, and then move on. We understand it's hurting all the business. All the gay clubs, bars are hurting because they don't need to go out anymore to get trade, to get hook up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now you get online. I wish I knew how to do it. I've been married 25 years, 26 years we've been married. So I don't even know those things. But we adopted a son who always shows me like photos, and I'm here like feel like an old man. I'm like, okay, God, I cannot be gay today. It was.
He
I
just
think.
had a birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh yeah, he's actually working right now. Yes, his father, Mike, he's making him dessert again. Every day he's getting a cake till his birthday. So
Oh,
I'm
I see.
Saturday. Saturday we're going to do a little get together at the house with the family. So, and that's
So
it.
after 30 years of Marcella's,
Hmm.
what would you change if you were going to reinvent Marcella's? Would you change anything about it, or do you think you got it down pat now?
No. One thing this old queen taught me 30, man, I was 19. Never change something that works. Alter it, but never change. And I always tell people, people says, Joe, you never change. I say, yeah, because I'm not going to change for anyone. I know who I am, where I'm going, where I want to go. I don't have to change myself for anybody. You see, people change. I don't change. I always say that. If you change, why change something that works? You understand? Do we have hard time? Do we have hardships in life? Yes, we deal with that and we move on. So,
So you had mentioned earlier that Marcella's is kind of your legacy,
mhm,
and that people remember you uh, as part of that bar. They're inseparable.
yes,
Um, what do you want them to remember most about your bar? When people talk about your bar after you're gone, what do you want them to be saying about it?
Marcella changed the way Buffalo thinks. Marcella, I remember going back on the first question you asked me when we first opened up Marcella in Buffalo. We had like this crazy church people. There were like 20 school buses, and they're all lined up on Main Street. And for 3 days straight, 3 days straight, they were on their hands and knees praying because the devil was coming to Buffalo to take over. Oh, it was bizarre, you know. So I remember I did an interview with Channel 7 in Buffalo. At the same time, they were looking at me. I'm like, I don't get this. I don't understand it. I understand religious people. I just don't understand. I could never believe if you are, if God in the Bible tells you, thou shalt not judge, and now you're judging me out there on your hands and knees doing crazy things like I'm going to go to hell. So what I did is I got stupid and crazy. I got two of my go-go boys with wings and silver G strings, and I opened up the double doors. And I said, "Oh, I just love people in the hands and knees. Welcome to Buffalo, everyone." It was just funny. If they could have killed me, they would have killed me at that moment. But I had to show them that I was not afraid of them, you know.
And
And
obviously, you succeeded.
yeah,
30 years almost in that
listen,
location.
listen. If you allow people to discriminate, you allow people to discriminate against you. I've always cut those people out of my life so quick. Then when they try to come back to me, I will never let them in because I won't trust them. I don't care how nice they are into your face, they will always stab you in the back, in your back when they have an opportunity or a chance. So all my life I've been like that. Even when I used to do drag, if I've got that vibe toward me, oh, I was just like that. Cut. No room in my life. I did that to my parents. When I came out, my parents said, they didn't understand what gay was. I mean, they were old school from Italy. And I remember that my father said, "You either change or I'm going to shoot you." I said, "Get the gun and shoot." At that moment, shoot. I don't care. So my husband. So it taught me right there that you have to be tough in this world and don't give people the opportunity to try to change your course. You know what I mean? And that, I think that made me the strongest ever because I never forgotten that moment. So, and yes, they thought I was going to be in the street. I was 19. I had a job, I had a car, I got a studio apartment, moved in, and I showed them I didn't need you. And I didn't talk to them. I did not talk to them for 4 years. You know, I turned the roles. You don't want to talk to me? No, I'm not going to talk to you. Forget it. And then we all, after 4 years, my father came over and we had dinner and everything was great. Great ever since. Inseparable. Because they know they can change me or the way I think. You know,
And that's the way it should be.
and I'm hoping that the young generation, you see, with the young generation right now is we did all the hard work for them. And the ride is a lot easier.
So that's, yeah, that's the way it should be. And that's part of the reason that I've been working on this project. I mean, recording all this information about all these bars, as you well know, from even from a town like Buffalo, from
Mhm.
the time you opened Marcella's until now, 30 years later, How many bars have you seen come and go
A
in
lot,
that city and other cities?
a lot,
And
you know,
the
a lot of them. But again, it's because people don't like changes. I constantly, every few years, I redo the club from head to toe. It's you never come in and see the same place. You haven't been in a few years, you're going to say, "Oh my God, what happened here?" You got to change around. You got to give people
keep
something
it
new.
fresh.
You got to stay fresh. You know, you got to
But what
protect. Go
what a
ahead.
lot of the young kids don't understand now, and I'm hoping that through the course of this project, and when they read some of these stories about the bars, is that when you started Marcella's, and in the decades before that, a gay bar was everything to the community. It was the social center, it was the meeting house, it was the safe haven, it was grandma's sofa. Everybody went there to feel comfortable and loved and to be able to express themselves in what today's terms we say, be authentic.
Yeah,
The only way you could be authentic when you opened up Marcella's or 10 years earlier than that was to be in a gay bar because in public you would have lost your job, you would have lost your family, you would have been ruined
yeah.
for the
I get
most part.
absolutely, and these kids don't understand that part. I remember the first time I graduated from high school. I turned 18. It was 18 to drink in those days. I don't know if you guys remember that
Right.
part. It
Oh, I
was
do.
18 to drink. And I remember I was like, somebody told me that this place, I thought I was the only gay person in the world. And I had that, remember the Alaskan hats with the fur? You could see each other. I walked in there and I had my head down, and the lady asked me for my ID, and I was petrified. I was just shaking, just going into my first gay club. And I walked in there, and I was just loving the fact that it didn't matter that there were more people. You were not alone anymore. The gay people were like, wow, all united, dancing together. They didn't care who you were. They were just friendly and just having a great time. And you went out to have a good time.
Exactly.
And it was an amazing, amazing experience. And then I remember the first time I saw a drag show. I'd never seen a drag show before. And I said, oh my God, I could do that. I think I could do that. That looks like a lot of fun. I think I could do that. And my friend Angelo D'Amico, who used to do a Cher impersonator, she goes, girl, come over to my house. I'm going to paint your face and see what you look like. And we had a few glasses of wine, and he did my makeup. And he goes, my God, you look like a real girl. And I'm like, get out of here. And he plops his wig on, and he goes, we're going to go at a gas station to see if you pass, to see if anybody says anything. And we went to a gas station and we bought milk. That's what it was. We bought milk at a gas station, and nobody even looked twice, except the stray guys looked like, oh, who's that? And that was it. And then I did a Miss Rochester contest because I used to do this walk for Halloween, and I did that, and people were like, in those days, they didn't know if I was a guy or a girl, and that sort of changed the thinking. So I went in a I was 1977, so there was still, the big hair, the big lashes, the big makeup, the heavy makeup, the glitters, the feathers. I came in through that era, and then I wanted to look more like a girl, more like a sexy girl, and I love sexiness, and I wanted to be sexy. So I focused on sexy the whole time and characters, and I started doing characters, Bette Midler, all those characters, and people loved it. I remember first time I ever performed, I did "I'm a Woman in a Man's World" by Chaka Khan. It just came out, and I got a standing ovation, and my knees were shaking that I was so afraid to go on stage, and they had to push me on stage. I remember Randy Munger goes, "Bet you're on, go!" And the door opened up, and I'm like, "Okay, here I am. All right, do your thing." And that was the beginning.
So
You
will
know,
Marcella ever be performing again? Will we see Marcella on stage?
I've actually I'm thinking about I want to do a benefit. If I do it, it's going to be just for benefits. I mean, if I'm going to do it, I haven't done it in about 5 years ago. I did my 35th year of winning Miss Rochester 5 years ago in Rochester. And, I always enjoyed being on stage. I just, when we get older, we lose sort of patience because you want everything done quick. And, it takes a while. You got to understand. It takes me back. Oh, the hair, the makeup, this, that, the attitude change, the shift from Joe to Marcella, all that has to happen. Or when you're not going to see the transition in front of people are not going to buy what you said, what you put out there.
Right.
So, and I always enjoy it. And all friends, one does my hair, one just dresses me up, it's a lot of fun. We all get together, the same crew, the same old crew that we all used to do drag before. So it's a lot of fun. David Catchpole has to do my hair. If anybody touches my hair, David Catchpole will stab me with a fork, So it's been a long time friend of mine since he was 17. He used to climb my window in my studio apartment while I was working. And I'm like, well, how did you get in? He goes, oh, you left the window open. I'm like, oh, okay. So make yourself at home. We've been friends ever since. I think over 45 years now. I'm 61 now. Yeah, I was 19. So time flies. Time flies when it's fun. I tell people time really flies. So we got to do the best we can before we move on to the next life. So.
And that's also one of the reasons I wanted to do this project, is because I want to be able to preserve these memories that, back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, gay life wasn't recorded. We didn't have cell phones with cameras. We didn't have internet. So the memories of those days is fading, and the people who can tell those stories are getting older. And if we don't save them now, they may never be saved. So that's one of the reasons I want to do this.
I know exactly what you're saying, because before, nobody took a camera with them. You performed, that was it. You were done, that's it. I never asked for photos, or you never think, oh, let me take a picture. Because at that time, it was like, remember the Kodak thing, and you have to carry it, then you're going to lose it, and then I remember when the big video thing that you have to carry on your shoulder. Who the hell wants to go out and carry? It's so much easier. Right. These kids now put the phone and they're like, So I have very few photos, and even performances are very and bad quality. I'm trying to switch from tape to CDs, and I gotta wait till this coronavirus is over, so friends of mine can do it for me, because I can't do it. I've tried.
Yeah, it's a process.
Yeah,
but we gotta research.
I'm bad at some other things. I'm bad in technology. Please don't tell me anything about electricity. Please don't. I don't touch electricity. Forget it. I can plug something in. I can turn on a switch. That's it. That's as far as I go. But
you do a great job at building communities and nightclubs, and nobody in Buffalo for sure will ever forget you, just by virtue of what you've done there for the last 30 years. I mean,
I've had some great memories with people. I still see people once in a while. See somebody, they were there when they first opened up. Like, oh, I was here when I opened up. So, and they always had a great time. They always had a great attitude about it. I love to see young, old. The only problem I have with older gay guys that I hear, I'm too old to go dancing. Why are you giving up so quick? Why are you giving up? Old people don't dance? What? Right. Kills me.
Old is in your head.
I'm 61. I never think of myself being 61.
I'm the same age, so I know exactly where you're coming from.
It's like, and I dance. I'm sorry. I like dancing. I like being with my husband on the dance floor, my friends in the dance floor. If I get a 5 seconds to dance, I will dance. Absolutely. But I hate when I hear that, oh, I'm 12 to go to your club. When the hell did you turn out to be old? What is old? Death? I don't understand it. Please explain that to
You
me.
can't dance when you're dead.
Oh my God. That's the only thing that really irks me a lot, you know. But that's it.
But the business has kept you young, and you still have the energy and the excitement about what you do and what part you play in your community, and that's an important thing.
I love what I do. I really do. People don't understand. I love what I do. And um, I'm my own worst critic. So that keeps me motivated and going. And trust me, I would love to say they're all my ideas. They're not. My staff, my friends, anyone else, I always listen. You have to listen. What's fresh? Sometimes you're not in it, but your friends are, and just, oh girl, you got to try this. Oh girl, you got to do this. I'm like, we try. Sometimes we fail. Sometimes it's a big hit. But most of the times, people have a great time, and that's it. It's all state of mind. If you go out to have a good time, you're going to have a good time. If you go out to be a dick, you're going to be a dick and be thrown out of the club real easy. It takes one to spoil a party. Remember that. One person can spoil the whole party. And I've had that happen, but you nicely escort them out. Say, you try to come back when you have in a better mood, or try to have a better night. I'd love to see you back. I'll buy you a drink, but not tonight, honey. You got to go. That's how you handle certain situations,
Well, just the fact that you've been able to survive for almost 30 years and survive through almost a year of Corona, that's had a huge impact on the bar business.
Look how fat my face is. I've gained all that weight with coronavirus. My husband is a cooker. He likes to cook, and I like to eat. And thank God I just start doing my exercise bike, because I can't. And now that I look at this face, I'm going to be dieting very quickly. It's just like, this has been a rough year emotionally. Just like, I see my employees, without a job. We have 55 employees at Marcella. And what irks me the most is they talk about bars, they talk about wedding halls, they talk about restaurants, they talk about everything else but nightclubs. They talk about the arenas and the concerts. What about the nightclubs? We are a part of the community. We are important to the community. And they look at us like we are a mole, just like, I mean, not one person is from the Cuomo's office or any call me and say, Joe, you okay? We're thinking about you, nothing at all. And I know other bars. And then I know a lot of people got grants, free money. And none of the gay bars got any free money. You know what I mean? We're paying our bills through our pocket. It's like, we're dishing out. And, there's some people that will open up for 10 people. I can't. It costs me money to open up for 10 people. I can't do it.
Right.
I'd rather wait till we open out with a big bang, and that's it.
And hopefully that'll be soon. And hopefully the Buffalo crowd will come pouring in, because they've missed you for the last year.
Oh my God, I miss them. You don't know how much I miss them. They keep me young. They keep me on my toes. Trust me. And I know everyone that walks into my place. I would say 80% of the people walking my place, they know my name. Even in Miami, I always felt bad for the girl at the door, the cashier. Oh, I'm a friend of Joey. Can you go get? She heard that all night long. I'm Joey. Where's Joey? Can you go get Joey? Get Joey. And we're like, I can't do my job if I leave this place to get them. Give Joe a call. He has a cell phone with him. You know what I mean? It's like everybody knows my name. And that's really, you got to be a friend or friendly with everyone, and it's a business. But it's not just that. I protect my brand. I have a certain brand that I believe that I have to be true to it, and I would not let anyone touch it or alter it. You know what I mean? Unless it's beneficial to my brand. And there've been a lot of people who tried, but I'm like, nope, thank you, nope.
You're obviously on the right path to last this long.
I've been blessed. I think whoever's looking out for me out there, I thank him every single day, you know. But coming back home made me appreciate Buffalo a lot more than when I left. I love Miami. I loved Miami. But it was time for me to come back home for sure. I knew that. Deep in my soul, I knew that. So, and thank God I did. Thank God, because everybody's suffering over there.
Oh, I know it.
So
before we close, what would you want to say to the people who have been watching this and learning about Marcella's? What message would you want to send to them?
I would say, don't take anything for granted. Live your life with your truth. And whoever tries to take your smile away from you, you push them out of your life. The smile belongs to you and only you. No lovers, no friends, no enemies. It belongs to you. Remember, we only have one life, and you have to fulfill everything. And you're supposed to feel every emotions we go through in life. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be happy. It's okay. It's okay for every emotion we go through each day. That's what's going to make you and your souls stronger. Okay? So, and never forget where you came from, because there were a lot of sacrifices were done. A lot of sacrifices were done from my past, from friends to parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, family members. A lot of my friends that died of AIDS. I never forget that. Every single day, I thank the Lord. I mean, I held a lot of hands. A lot of my friends, my ex-lover died of AIDS. Okay? And I know how hard that was. And I know that I have to remember the sacrifice everyone has done for me to be who I am today. And people forget that part of it. They forget where they came from. And these young kids, I want to shake them, because you know what? It's not about you. It's not about you. It's about everyone else. And just have love in your heart. That's it. Love everything you do. If you don't like what you're doing, change it. It's just, oh my God, I've been in this job for 10 years. You're not dead. Change it. Move on. Get something else. Make yourself happy. Your lover is not going to make you happy. Your parents are going to make you happy. Your friends are going to make you happy. Only you can make yourself happy. And that's it. And I remind this to everyone that listens to me. That's my message.
And it's a great message. Thank you for taking the time to tell us about your story with Mecca and with Marcella.
Thank you.
And we hope that you have another good 30 years there in Buffalo.
I'm 61. You want me to work till I'm 90? Are you kidding me?
You don't have to work. You have your son taken over by then. Train him to be the new boss.
Oh, honey. It's these kids today that he is a contractor. He's building up his company. My nieces are like doing their things, and I would never change the course of what they do in life. You understand? The day that is over will be over, and hopefully someone else as good of the way they think, not for themselves, for everybody else in the community, can take over and move on.